Hello. Some of you may know me. I was recently asked by two idiots to say a few words on their behalf. So, here goes. They're raw, unrefined, definitely rough around the edges. Apparently, they're all you're gonna need for the next 2 hours. Really?
Well, looks like Easy may be having some technical difficulties, so I'll jump in here real quick. Welcome back to another episode of Something for the Weekend, where we're going to talk about, we'll talk about just about anything. But sit tight, and we'll get this show started. All right, like I said, welcome back to Something for the Weekend. Looks like Easy may still be having some technical difficulties, but we'll get it worked out. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody here on this beloved day of sorrow and remembrance in the U.S. I have my American cohort, Big T.
What's going on, everybody?
How are you doing?
I am doing well, and I'm actually excited to see you guys. This is that part of the month that everything gets a little better now that I'm back with my friends, hanging out, talking shit.
And from the UK, we have Andre.
Hi there, everyone. All right, Joey, Big T.
And his partner in crime, keeping him in check, we have Roxanne.
Hey.
And I don't see Easy back yet, so I'll bring him in whenever he's back. So he may have to reboot, but we'll get going from there. So
I think he's still cut up about the whole Queen.
The
affair.
Queen, yeah, I know.
Don't laugh, T.
Yeah.
It's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter.
It's not. No, it's not.
Let me put on record that I was laughing at the situation and not the subject.
Okay,
So,
all right. So sweet.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, there he is. There he is.
Easy, man. Pull yourself together now.
I never went away. I never went away. I was right here. I could see Joey. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Apologies. Can anyone hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep, you're back. You're back.
So
take it away, Easy.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, after all that kerfuffle, just let everyone know my name is E, and I'm the host of today's soiree. And with me, I have my usual Confederates, partners in crime, ne'er-do-wells. Let's start with the delectable, delightful, effervescent Big T. Were you saying something there, Roxanne? You ready to just chime in with me?
Lost it.
Big T, what are you saying?
I don't know what to say. You have restricting words from my thought process with that intangible highlight reel you just bestowed upon me. Is all I'm saying. So, hello, Easy.
Hi, all right. Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Everything's great, man. Now that you're here and we get to get this thing
See,
started, it's best part of my month.
cool. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the the beauty in the beauty of the pack of uglies. Roxanne, how are you, my dear? Are you good?
I thought you was going to say me.
Wow.
You're my beauty.
Slow your roll, bro. Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
I am good, easy.
Yeah, exactly.
I am
And you're her beast.
I'll take that.
I'm rearing to start. I'm glad that you're here. So the party don't start till you're here, innit?
Uh-huh. And for the man at the control tower, Joey, what's happening, sir? You good?
I'm well. You guys should all consider yourself lucky. This is the first Sunday of football season here. Yes, I said football. And
I can see the numbers going down.
I'm missing the first round of games started 9 minutes ago. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm good. I'm good. My team won. My team has won now. We're 2-0 for the first time in a while in college football. So that's why I got the orange and white going today. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
And last but least, the debonair, the dashing. Yeah, Andre. How are you, Andre? What's happening to you? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I just want to say, Joey, with all respect, nobody really cares about your football.
I mean, a lot of people here care about football.
I can see the hurt as I said it. Nobody cares, Joey.
They're like American.
Yeah,
Me being one of them.
Yeah,
I'd like American football.
There you go. See.
So right. Anyway, look. Let's just move on quickly because
Sure.
today's show is going to be a tad interesting. It's let me just pull it up quickly before I forget what it is. I'm in cheating, and now we had a quick poll between us, and we have opposing views. Can I say that Joey and T are of the view that the female of the species, are definitely better than the male when it comes to what's the word? Creeping. There you go.
Okay.
Doing their thing on the sun, on a brother.
Sure.
You're thinking you're like me. Your view is that no, we are supposedly better.
Yeah, we're still running things.
So let's we'll come to that in a second. Let's start with slow down. I would put it like we're like a badge of honor. Let's start with the views on the news. So who start off with the news, please? Anyone want to make a start on the news?
Yeah, I'll go for it. So we've all been on flights and sat next to someone that we've all been on flights and sat next to someone that maybe was annoying, or they took up too much space, or they were too loud. Personally, I'm annoyed if the person I'm sitting next to tries to talk to me. I don't want to hear about your kids. I don't care what your job is. Just let me close my eyes and sleep while I'm on a flight. I just want to be left alone. But needless to say, that's not nearly as bad as one Southwest passenger. Let's see here. Where's the name? My screen keeps jumping. Antonio Sherrod McGarity was sitting next to a horrified woman on flight 3814, and he exposed himself to her shortly after taking off. She said the sicko exposed his penis by pulling down his pants and shorts and proceeded to masturbate during the first hour of the flight. She suspected that he reached, how do I say this? The height
Climax?
of the, well, there you go, climax, because
Point of no return.
because there was something on his hand that he licked off of his
Oh,
fingers.
no.
The woman began
They what?
snapping. Go ahead. What was that?
Sorry. They said that he licked off his fingers. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, there's something on his hand afterwards, and he was licking it off of his fingers. So, I'll let everyone else decide what that was. I'm sure it wasn't pretzel salt. But
It's pretty cool.
this says she said she began to take pictures of McGarity, who allegedly used both his left and right hands to pleasure himself for about an hour before he finally fell asleep.
Hour?
An hour.
I'm not surprised about the two hands business.
Ambidextrous.
Right.
Well,
It's ambidextrous.
the thing about it is she was taking pictures of him. Well,
That's
Right.
Big T, you've got a question?
What did his co-passenger look like? Is there a picture of her?
It does. No, there's no picture of either of them.
She look like this.
It says here that she reported his brazen, lewd behavior to a flight attendant and was allowed to move to another seat for the other 2 hours of the flight. When he was interviewed by the FBI in Phoenix, he allegedly admitted to his shocking behavior and was slapped with federal charges. It says McGarity advised he asked the female witness if she minded if he masturbates. According to McGarity, the female witness put her hands in the air and said, "It really doesn't matter." The man thought her response was kind of kinky, quote, and believed she was comfortable with him masturbating. And then let's see here. Let's see. A Southwest spokesman says, on April 2nd, we received reports of inappropriate customer behavior on the flight from Seattle to Phoenix. The situation was reported to crew members while in flight, and the captain contacted law enforcement to meet the aircraft upon arrival. We immediately placed the passenger on the no-fly list, resulting in a lifetime ban from traveling on Southwest. But also, sometime during the last year, a Southwest pilot was arrested for allegedly showing his genitals during a flight from Philadelphia to Orlando, but that wasn't witnessed by any passengers. So, I mean, they're getting crazy on Southwest now. I mean, I think their slogan is "Want to get away," and I think that's probably the answer is a resounding yes. So,
Didn't they buy Spirit?
do what now?
I said, didn't they buy Spirit?
They might have. I'm not sure. But yeah. So what do you do? What do you do? You're on a plane and somebody starts pleasuring themselves on the plane. What do? You start taking pictures? Like
I was going to say. I mean, so what was the idea of the pictures then?
I guess
Exactly.
I guess for proof and
That's probably what she said. That's probably what she said.
Yeah,
He said just for
probably.
proof. When her husband found them weeks later.
Yeah. So do you think that she was okay with him doing it, and then suddenly she thought, "Oh, if we get caught, I'm going to get in trouble too. So I'll just take some photos for proof and report it and keep myself in the clear." What do you?
If we get caught,
I mean, if he's doing it and she's standing there watching him, I mean,
Yeah, but it's the period of time. Wasn't she watching? It's a 3-hour flight, you said,
yes.
and she was moved after the first hour. So she was watching him for a whole hour. I don't.
She was
know.
watching for well, but that's how long it took him to finish. So I mean, she
Oh, of course. So she's just being polite. She had to wait before he finished
right.
before she caught her hand. I thought, okay, that's very polite.
well, he ate all the evidence, so I
That's true. That's true. Sir, would you like some cream for your coffee? No, thank you. I brought my own.
Okay, I've only seen women taste their brand, so that was new. I've heard of this, but now there's actually evidence of it. So that's different. That's number one. Two, if I was in this guy's predicament, I would defend myself and say, Your Honor, she was stunning, and I had to do something about it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to focus or move on with my life. You know, it's like Selma Hayek coming out of a pool in a two-piece dripping wet. What do you do?
Bro, you'd be saying that all the way to prison.
T, with regards to Salma Hayek, I totally agree. Absolutely agree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
All
Right. Who's you good, Joey?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
Andre?
Oh, okay. No, my one. Some of you guys might have heard or read about this one, but nonetheless, just let me read it through. So it's entitled "Red Light Scam." So yeah. So please be warned. Over the last month, I have become a victim of a clever Eastern European scam whilst out driving. Here's how the scam works. What happens is that when you stop for a red light, two very attractive women of East European origin come over to your car in tight clinging t-shirts and short skirts. They start washing your windshields. They get in soap suds all over themselves and their tight t-shirts as they lean over the hood of your car and press themselves up against the glass. Whilst this is going on, another person opens the back door of your car and steals everything that you've left on the seat. They're going to say they are very good at what they do. They got me 7 times on Friday,
Oh my God.
5 times Saturday, and I wasn't able to find them on Sunday.
You idiot.
He goes on to say Walmart has wallets on sale for $2.99 each. I found cheaper ones for $1.99 at Kmart, but I bought them all. So yeah, watch out, guys. They're out there.
That's genius. I wonder what happens. She reaches in and takes the wallet. You've you've finished your Southwest flight and your and you drive away and they open the wallet and there's nothing there. I mean,
yeah.
The next time you pull up after whatever that was, about 14 or 15 times, you pull up, they go, no, don't wash that car.
yeah. Move along, mate. Move along. Nothing to see here.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's it from me, mate. That's it from me.
Okay. T, you want to go? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, I got a short one as well.
Confession time.
And it's jealousy does not look good on you, Andre. Things are getting creepy. I just want to let you know that. All right. Now,
Andre, that was cold, bro. Come on, man. That was cold.
how I just want to ask the gentleman, what's some ways you would have or would let a woman know that you're attracted to them?
It's normally handy to go over and say I like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally helps the situation.
Introduce yourself. Make polite
Joey?
conversation.
Yeah. I don't know how that works anymore. I mean, I don't know. I guess you just say something along the lines of, I don't know, are your legs tired because you've been running through my mind all night? So I don't know. No,
that explains the married young thing. Okay, I got it. Easy.
Yeah, because it worked the first time. That's how it explains it.
Hey, Jerry, why do you something to say? Do you believe in love at first sight, or do you want me to walk past you again?
Yeah, well, no, that's Oh God.
Okay, so how about you, Easy?
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, I said it already. Yeah, if you let her by by approaching a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, and just saying hello, how'd you do? Where you're from, blah 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 blah. What's your name? So on and so forth.
Well, a gentleman in Mesquite, Texas, thought that waving to nice young ladies that he saw in a pet store wasn't enough. He's caught on camera lurking, following two women, and when their backs were turned, sniffing their unsuspecting behinds on several occasions. The Mesquite police are in the process of searching this guy who apparently sniffed the bottoms of 13 women while he was in the pet store. He is now wanted suspect for lewd behavior, sexual aggression, and 13 other charges that could be presumed as dangerous things, all along the lines of him just wanting to get somebody's attention. So basically what he's been doing is greeting these women and then unknowingly following them so he can get them a quick whiff as they shop. Now I've heard of thirsty before, right? But this is next level.
Well,
Like you look
half
so,
of your taste, half of tasting is smelling. So I mean,
I'm just saying, like, I mean, he should have known what she ate last week the way he was in this video. Like, honestly, like, girl, you had beans this morning? Like, that's not good.
But how is it how is it they don't notice this guy's following them?
So in the one video they show, right, these women have their backs turned and they're facing the aisle, and he's walking past, and when they stop to talk about whatever, he quickly gets down on his knees, inserts his nose as close as possible, and pops right back up like nothing happened. And he's all doing it from their blind side. Like he's a vet at this because he's doing it like within 2 or 3 seconds. So get on his knees, I guess, get as much air as possible, and then pop right back up. And they don't show it, but they said he do it to 13 or 11 other people in the store that day. So yeah, he's been doing this for a while. Easy. He's a creep vet, if you want to give him that title. In my personal opinion, it's just
vet.
like for all that, man, you could pay somebody to let you do that before you go around it, try to do it for free in public, and then catch all these charges. Like honestly,
well,
it's
if you walk up to those women and you say, "Hey, excuse me, can I smell your ass?" You're going to get in trouble for that. So at least he's being respectful. I mean, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't at this point.
Please.
okay.
Go. Give us your
you
thesis there, Joey, on the damn.
Well, I mean, look, he's doing it to people without bothering them, and they're complaining about it. But if he walked right up and said, what was the, pardon me, but may I stick my nose between your cheeks and have a sniff, they're going to be mad at him for that as well. So again,
Okay, well, Southwest guy was polite as possible, and he still went to jail.
I agree. I'm not, there's a lot of people in jail for things they shouldn't be in jail for.
I just wonder how much can he really get a sniff in if he pops down just for a second. I mean, you must really have that to some sort of art if he can pop for a second and inhale enough to get a strong whiff.
You can't judge another man's sensations. There's some people that like to be walked around in chains while wearing a diaper, and that gets them off. So who knows? He might be fulfilling his deepest fantasy.
Every time we come on the show, Big T brings up some different way of some different. Every time we come on the show, he brings up something different. Bro, just come out and talk to us, man. We're your friends. Talk to us.
What was it last? What was it?
I don't know. Puppy love. I don't know what it was. And they call it.
No. It was. No, it was. It was a pregnant woman. It was a pregnant woman, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah,
It was
that's
a
right.
pregnant
It
woman,
was something like that.
wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was a pregnant woman. Yeah.
Why are we living in the past? Why are we living in the past?
No,
We should learn.
If you
to
don't
live and
learn
let go.
from your past, if you don't learn from your past, how can you do better in the future?
Amen.
Yeah.
Do better, Big
This
T.
I just
this is true.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the guy who's inserting his nasal cavity into someone's anus cavity right now, and not
sure.
me.
For sure.
Well, I mean, look, he's probably not inserting it into it. He's probably just
Yeah,
getting
but-
close to it. That's not assault. He didn't touch anybody. So
Legally, he went as far as he could go. Now, if
That's
he
right.
could go further, he would have. He could have been sniffing lungs if he thought it would help get him there. Honestly,
sure.
So, come on now.
I agree, but I bet you what it is that he's into is the possibility of getting caught. I think it's not.
Okay.
I don't think the sniffing is his thing. I think it's a possibility of getting caught sniffing that really the
Well,
getting
you must
away
really
with
be
it.
aroused now, then, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
so since you're in defense of him towing the line, Joey, what if it
Yes.
was you?
Well, what if it was me? What, getting sniffed?
Yes.
I don't give a shit. Whatever. I'm not gonna back. I'm not gonna back up to him and make it easy on him. But if I just happen to notice somebody sniffing me, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? And then I don't care if he didn't touch me or what. I don't. I got bigger things to worry about than some guy that wants to get a whiff of
Worry about it. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
What if you catch him bending down and sniff your missus?
Your
That's
mic's out.
different. That's
I
different.
knew you were going to come.
That's different. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, easy.
Andre, hey Andre, your mic is out.
Test it,
Uh,
test it.
Can hear you on I think Roxanne's, but not yours. But anyway, yeah, I mean, whatever. If he was doing that to my wife or my
Is that-
daughter,
is that
yeah,
you,
I'd
T?
probably
Are
have
you
a
good? You
problem
done?
with it.
Thanks, Sherry.
Yeah.
You say what, Easy?
Is that you? Is that your story? Is that your news for today?
Yeah. That's my news for today. The
Yeah.
butt sniffer.
So what? Hold on a minute. What's I got
Okay. So
what's
I-
better? If he
Captain Crack.
just- If he just does it, or if he asks first, is one of those better than the other?
If he asks, he's an idiot. If he does it, he's a pervert.
either one is messed up.
Yeah, either way, he's got problems, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
got
Well,
problems.
what would you rather?
Yeah,
What would you
either-
rather?
yeah.
Well, I mean, for the most part, he's doing it and not getting caught, right? For
I'd
the most
rather
part.
he laughs so he can sling his hook
Okay.
rather than find him crouched on all four and have to
Kick his ass.
have to kick him in the face.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Oh, I'm just letting you know right now. If he did that to somebody I care near and dear about, he's not making it home that day. 100%. If he makes it home, is all I'm saying.
Okay, enough said.
Agreed.
Easy. Bring it.
Okay, so I've got a cautionary tale with regards to what we're discussing afterwards. A couple having sex on the backseat of their car had an unfortunate interruption when a group of thugs carjacked them and dumped them naked in the street. A late session gone wrong was captured on CCTV in Brazil in August when the car was parked on a quiet street. 3 shadowy figures seen approaching the car from the rear, appropriate, on what appears to be a well-lit road. 4 cars with crew behind the wheel while it gets in on the passenger side. A desperate arm reaches out from inside the car to try and pull the door closed in vain and keep the robbers out. Suddenly, a shocked couple spring from the passenger door of the car and out into the night air completely naked. As the third carjacker gets into the passenger seat, they just vacated. He thoughtfully tosses the embarrassed pair some of their clothing as the stolen car is driven away. The forlorn lovers appear to be clutching clothing on and cover themselves partially. They hastily help each other get dressed to avoid further embarrassment and are left to ponder what to do next. The incident took place in August according to timestamp, with images surfacing online and social media yesterday. It is currently unclear if the criminals were apprehended or if the victims whose identities remain unknown have filed a complaint with the authorities. The couple might consider themselves lucky they were not harmed, as Brazil has the 7th highest crime in the world, with exceptionally high levels of violent crime, according to the World Population Review. So, cheating.
We
They
didn't
both
catch
got
that.
caught.
Oh, sorry. You
The
said
woman
so.
wasn't deemed to be.
Sorry, Karen.
Say again, Andre. Repeat that.
Sorry, I thought I for a minute I thought you went out, but sorry, mate. Just carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. So both of them got caught. The woman wasn't better than that night. Both of them got caught. The carjackers got flung out the car. What I want to know is, why would you do it in a car?
It's probably the same thing about the sniffer. I mean, it's probably a little bit of voyeurism there, and maybe wanting to get caught.
Hasn't
Not voyeurism, exhibitionism. Sorry.
That's what I was gonna say.
hasn't everyone done it in the car?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. While
Right, so-
driving.
Yeah.
And that,
Uh,
that scene.
Joey takes it to another level. Joey takes it to another level as always. As always.
Multitasking is a very valuable skill,
That's right.
especially when you're a parent or husband or boyfriend on the go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
let's knock this out so we can get to going. You know?
So Andre and T, when you guys were on B3F podcast a month or two ago, and we doing the Three the Hard Way thing, this topic came up, and my wife was listening to that show, and she immediately texted me. She said, was that us or whatever? Yes, it was. So
she texts back, it better be.
if I had waited too long to answer, she would have texted back. Said that.
Oh, love it, bro. Love it.
But doesn't that kind of says something bad about me, right? It means it wasn't memorable, right?
Okay.
I'm assuming
So-
it was she was just tested you, Joey. It's just tested you.
Yeah.
I know she was.
So if you're in the drive-through, does that count?
Ooh,
What's a drive-through? Was that? Is these like what?
like a fast food
McDonald's?
restaurant. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a
Like
fast food
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Good God, man!
So wait a minute.
Having a
In
quickie,
the,
boy.
in the driver's seat, or did you climb into the back because there was a long wait? What's the driver's seat? Driver's seat. Wow, that's brave.
Dear.
You Americans, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine the person handing over the fries or whatever to the window?
That brings a whole new meaning to 2 all beef patties and special sauce. So
They did the monster mash. The monster mash.
yeah.
But
Oh,
I thought-
Lord.
What was interesting about that story that Easy said was that I thought it could have been a lot worse, Easy, bro. I think that if they got kicked out naked, I think they could have classed themselves as very lucky
Mhm.
because it could have been a lot worse, man. He could have got kicked out naked.
Yeah.
And she could have been
Yeah.
in the car. And the fact that they threw them a couple of their clothes. I mean, those are gentlemen robbers, bro. I mean,
Oh, I mean,
Not as
what
good
if
as it
she got
gets.
threw out naked and he had to stay in the car?
That's true.
damn it, man. Damn it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a scene from a movie, right?
You know
there.
what? You
We did a show, didn't we, where we asked that.
you guys raised a good point. Yeah, they weren't exactly roughed up. We just wanted the vehicle. We didn't want anything to do with you. And here's your belongings.
Yeah. As good as
Oh
it gets.
man.
Ugh.
So let's move on with the debate at hand.
For sure.
Are women better at cheating? than us mere mortals. Cast your votes. Let us know. Please tell us what you think. Are women better at cheating? Are women better at hiding it? Oh, that sounded so wrong, didn't it? That sounded so wrong. I do apologize.
I think there's some people who would disagree with you, Easy.
Yeah.
I, of course, am not.
Are
One,
women
is all I'm saying.
Are women better at cheating than men? Who wants to
No.
start? Who?
No.
Yeah, who wants to start? Huh? No.
Yeah, I think
Why,
they
OJ?
are.
Why?
I think women are better at it than me. I think more men do it. I think men do it more than women, but I think women, and maybe that's kind of where I'm gonna rest that, is that like maybe more men aren't doing it. Maybe more men are just getting caught because women are better at it than men. I think that's the thing. So
Yeah, that's what I think. I think
Okay, so
Easy. Go ahead.
Andre.
I think that
Yeah, go on. Yeah, no, you go on. You said you think men are.
I think that more men are cheating, as Joey says, and because so many men are cheating. So even though obviously I assume more guys get caught than women do, it's just a statistics thing. There are more guys cheating, so obviously you're going to have more reports of guys getting caught. But of course, what we don't hear about is all the guys that cheat, and you never hear about it. So yeah, I think that basically, yeah, guys are better at cheating. They cheat more. They've been doing it for a longer period of time, and they're better at it. That's what I need to believe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your hopes and wish.
T, what's your thoughts?
I think that women are better. To the fact. I'm sorry, Easy.
No. I asked you. So, what's your thoughts?
I was going to say I believe women are better, and they no longer treat it as a sport. They treat it as an art, something that they can perfect, and that's only because men care less about being caught. I've witnessed and been privy to all types of depths and levels, and I mean even fake profiles that goes along with to corroborate a woman's lies before, that guys just won't do. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as to recreate or to create
Really?
a whole scenario prior to even doing the do. You know what I mean? As proof. Who needs proof before they go ahead and cheat to get away with it? I don't think guys take that extra step, beforehand to that level, unless they really care about the person they're going to cheat on. You know what I mean?
I just think that's
okay. How can you? For me, okay. Go on, Andre. Sorry.
I think you've got some sort of lag in your thing, but I think that guys just on the whole don't have the time it takes you to put together a fake profile and all this. You could have had the affair and it could have finished and you could have moved on. That just sounds like a long thing, as they say. So
I think that guys are a little bit too dumb for something like that. What was that, Roxanne?
That's why you guys, if that's your attitude, that's why you guys are always getting caught. You have to put the time in. Not to get caught, you have to put the time in. You're gonna be cunning.
Oh, really, Roxanne?
Yeah. Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah, I know. Roxanne talking like.
Tell me more.
1 minute, one minute, guys.
Like it's a military
Help me
precision.
prove my point.
No, I don't think it's a case.
Roxanne, have you got a black eye? You got a black eye?
Give it time, man. Give it time.
I don't think it's a case of that women are better at cheating. I think as a case, it's all about who's going to get caught, right? Or how about who's more likely to get caught? Because as far as I'm concerned, no, this is good for you.
Okay.
You're not a cheater until you get caught.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
If I don't know about it,
what? No.
If I don't know about it, then you're not cheating, right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So but when men have affairs,
If you don't know about it, he's not cheating.
That's no. How? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
until I know about it.
I can't.
No,
I'm assuming she
Because don't know.
herself there. She's talking about herself.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Okay. So in your mind,
until I
he's
know
not.
about
Yeah, okay.
it, it's like what you said
Right.
earlier. How can I worry about it until it happens, and
that's
then I can deal with it.
That's like if
So all of your affairs in the past,
Yeah.
I don't know about them, so you've got away with it.
Okay.
But until I find out about it, then that's when the
Okay.
trouble begins.
All right.
Yeah, then she'll be the one turning the camera off.
So it's like the thing about if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there,
Doesn't make a
does it
sound.
make a sound?
Right, exactly.
Okay, just to let you know though that whether I know about it or not, you know what I mean. If you're seeing it when it's an affair, let's just be clear, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay. Those-
Sure. It's cheating. It's just in your mind you don't know about it.
I don't know about it. It is cheating, yeah, but in my mind, I just don't know about it. Okay.
It's
Well, you should have told me that about 20 years ago.
20 years ago, so it happened.
You should have told me that about 20 years ago.
Yeah. So what happened 20 years ago?
No, nothing. That's
No, nothing, because you didn't tell him that.
Thank you, Jay.
So
All right, let's move on swiftly.
So,
I think when a guy cheats, right? Go ahead, Easy.
Until you said you was mid-sentence there.
I was going to say that, when a guy cheats on, someone he's dating, or if a husband has an affair on his wife, he's thinking about getting whatever urge he has done as quickly as possible so he can resume his life. A woman is thinking about what she'll lose if she gets caught. So she's going to take the extra steps to put in scenarios like start an argument or feed him a certain meal, give him a situation to where, or allow him to like go hang out with his boys or sit in his man cave all night or something like that. Like those extra steps are implemented to circumvent his thinking during his routine of her doing something outside of her normal routine. So that go along with her alibi towards her getting away with cheating. A guy's thing is the less she knows, the easier it'll be to get away with. So, he'll just go along and make things seem as normal, but he's not going to step out that, because anything contradictory to that may raise her suspicion of him, stepping out. But unless they like, a billionaire or a trillionaire and they got to protect their vested interests because they decided to not get a prenup, they're not going to go the extra mile just because.
Okay.
But see, don't you think that men and women cheat fundamentally for the same reason?
Fundamentally, yes, because something's lacking in a relationship.
Men have always been opportunists when it comes to cheating. You know what I mean? They'll see a beautiful woman and she's at the bar or wherever, and they'll slip off their ring. And for that split, so that's they'll slip off the ring and they're moving on the woman. A woman might, she's home with the 3 kids. Her partner doesn't pay her any attention. He's always out with his friends at the bar or at the pub. Doesn't compliment her, doesn't buy her flowers come Valentine's Day, then forgets her birthday, things like she becomes a bit, what's the word? She's down,
Complacent.
so she wants to pick me up, attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
And,
not
you
general
know,
though.
yes, basically, yeah, complacent, yeah. So don't you think? So you don't think that men and women, the fundamental reasons are the same?
I think that the reason would be something missing in that dynamic or in that person's life that made them, go outside their relationship. I don't think it's like all men look for a challenge, because if that's me and I see, an attractive woman at the bar and I feel some type of way about her, I'm gonna let my wife know, hey, here goes somebody that we can, bring in. How you feel about her? No? All right, then we'll move on. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna mess up what I have because I felt like she was good enough to take down, for a night. You know what I'm saying?
Where I'm from, saying something like that to your wife is enough to mess up what you have.
It depends on what type of relationship you have, Joey. It's 2022.
So what kind of relationship you looking to have when you get married then? What, you should have an open relationship when you get married?
It's 2022. Marriage is what you want it to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the standard traditional role that was picked for husband and wife X amount of years ago. If I want to goat in my bedroom when we get freaky, and that's something that we decided on when we were younger, or we decided to change those vows or whatever, that's between us. It has no concern of anybody else. You know what I mean?
He's dropping two things on us this week, isn't he? Goats, and then what was the other one earlier? Jesus.
Open relationship.
How would he even bring that up? How would he even bring that up in a relationship? I'm married, and somehow I want to bring up goats.
You're like, honey, I was taking the kids to the petting zoo. I was taking the kids to the petting zoo earlier today, and listen, if you're interested, there's this there's a nanny there.
Yeah, and Billy looked good.
There's a nanny. I saw this nanny there, and she's like, "Oh, is it the Johnson's nanny? Yes, she's pretty cute, isn't she?" No, not that one. A different nanny.
Okay. All right. So let's say, a guy's in a relationship, right? Or he's married to someone he might consider to be the love of his life or whatever. Obviously, he cares for this person enough that he marries them, right? And he also knows what type of sexual appetite he has, right? And the person that he decided to, quote unquote, spend the rest of his life with, they match his energy as far as sexual appetite, which means they don't want to limit themselves to being confined to just sexually satisfying each other. You know what I mean? So they're in agreement.
I don't think that's normal. I don't think matching sexual appetites is normal.
Okay, so what's normal to you is different for anybody else.
Well, but it's a societal normal. I'm just saying,
all right.
societal norm.
Do you think? All right, society, right? What society thinks about my relationship and how I carry on has nothing to do with how I live my life or how I dictate
I understand.
my
I understand that, but there are societal norms, and I mean, I think that's it's not. I think it is not normal for a husband and wife or spouses, whether it's husband and husband or wife or husband and wife or whatever. I don't think that I think more often than not, the sexual appetite does not match.
Okay, I've got
So you saying that's the case for most marriages?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you think that, Joy?
I mean, that's just some of the statistics I've seen. Yeah, I mean, in other words, why I think that's probably a huge contributor into why 50% or more of marriages don't last.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I know you got to read out some messages, but I'm not sure if that the reason why a lot of guys slip out or creep out of their relationship is because their partner doesn't have the same level of, I don't know, sexual urges or whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of the times it's just about opportunity. There are some guys, or a lot of guys out there, who actually simply are unable to say no if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I understand that.
It's
I'm not
strictly
saying that's
ego.
why most people slip out. I'm just saying I think most married couples, the sexual appetite doesn't match.
Okay.
So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
if
but
you
you
knew
think you
that,
know that going into the relationship.
yeah, why
You
why
might,
would
you might. How many
try
times
to
do
spend?
So go on, Roxanne.
Okay.
Roxanne.
Oh, sorry.
Period.
Say again.
Sorry. We've got David Evans Sr. He says women are better at cheating, period.
How do you know, David?
Getting support from
Yeah,
Aaron.
David, I'm going to need David to back that one up.
Yeah, exactly. About period.
And we've got Audrey Haynes. She says, well,
Yeah.
men are rubbish cheats, as he can be busted by the following: 1, change of routine; 2, shower routine changes; 3, short conversations; 4, phone put on silent all of a sudden; and 5, instigating arguments to help justify their absence. All the opposite of what a woman would do. Women can multitask, also manage many men. Well.
Women can manage many men. Is that some sort of tongue twister?
Many men.
Yeah, that's what those girl trips are all about. Sipping paint.
Well, can I reply? Can I reply to quickly, because I've actually read up some research where it says women do the same thing. They put their phone on silent. They start changing their ways and so on and so forth. Women are the same way as men. You know, they're doing the same thing with their phone. They're putting it on silent. They're changing their password.
Yeah.
You know, it's the light. What, you know, we men are looked upon as, you know, the lead when it comes to, oh yeah, you know, I don't want you to know what my password is, or I put my phone on silent, or I go somewhere else and talk, and so on and so forth. But women do exactly the same thing. Women do exactly the same thing.
Okay.
You know, whereas before, it was emotional. Like I said, with regards to you know, a woman not being paid attention by her spouse, partner, whichever. It's now, you know, it's more or less the same thing. You know, and with regard to saying that
Which is what?
are better than men. Sorry.
Which is what? You said they now.
Sorry, Andre.
You said they now do it for the same thing. I'm just trying to establish which is what. What is the reason then that?
Opportunity.
Even though they're in a relationship where they're happy.
Said, you know, you
even when they're in a relationship that they're happy.
Yep. Even in a relationship where they're happy, yep, they you know, they're doing what was traditionally men would do. You know, go out. They go to a bar, they go to a club, they see a girl, they make a move. Likewise, now women do the same thing. They go to a bar or a club, they see a guy, you know, they got a man at home or he's elsewhere, and what they do is, yeah, let's make a move. Whereas
and
before,
is that,
it was more, it was, sorry, go on.
And is that like younger up and coming women? Is that our generation? Is that just how it's always been? What are your thoughts on that? Is that something new? Is that how it's always been and we just haven't known?
Yeah, that's no. You're I'm glad you said that. It's actually the information said that women under 35, that's how they're acting. That's how they're acting. Women older than that are still, yeah, they still have the although, you know, things could be changing that way as well, but you have, you know, it's more women under 35, you know, the sexual freedom, you know, you don't really care. They don't really care how they looked upon. You know,
Yeah, okay.
They don't really care how they looked upon.
That makes more sense.
You know, by other people. They just want to, yeah.
Isn't that generally the
Oh,
women who
So-
get
I
in
don't
relationships?
think that easy. I think women
Go
are
on, Roxanne.
concerned
Sorry.
And I'm saying I don't agree with that. I think women are concerned about how they're looked upon sexually, because we are. If if we were to sleep out,
Katie
I think
Price.
society would judge us far harsher than a man doing so. So I think
Harsher.
a woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
think-
think I disagree with
I'm not. Yeah. No. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. Okay. No problem. No. T, you were going to say something there. Sorry.
I was going to say that generally, women who decide to step out on their relationships as of late are women who didn't get to experience the sexual freedom known as a hoe phase in their, younger ages. So they try to enact that once they get some type of, mental clarity while they're in a relationship. When you can just go out there, be single and do that before you decide to be with somebody and try to get away with it. Not you being sexually free, but to do that while you're in a relationship, a committed relationship with somebody.
See, and that is exactly why women have to work so hard to hide it, because you've got guys like Big T talking about whole phase.
Yeah, I mean that's I agree with Roxanne as far as being women will be judged harsher for it, and that's why I think they're better.
That's
at
not
it
mutually exclusive.
If everyone agrees that it's probably a very similar amount of men and women cheating, then because of that harsh judgment, I think is what kind of pushes women toward ended up being a little better at it than men are. But I think so. I've got this thing, and then we'll take our break. But so I got this. I'll just tease this question real quick. It's like, do you guys only think cheating is physical? So think about that.
No.
And then we'll come back and I want to ponder that for a moment.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
so deep.
Welcome to Soul TV, and we are now streaming live on Television 2.0. We will provide new TV shows such as documentaries, reality TV shows, talk shows, cookery programs, music shows, concerts, red carpets, and more events, and a whole lot more. If you would like to find out more or run your own stream television channel, check us out on the website. All right, that's www.stream.com. Again, that's www.stream.com. Soul TV on Stream Television 2.0. It's the station that gives you more.
It's the Indiana's music video show, playing all the best soul music videos, and it's better than the radio. So sit back and enjoy the show. It's the Indiana's music video show, playing all the best soul music videos, and it's better than the radio. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Keep it grown, it's sexy. We ain't playing no games. Tell me what's your love language. You can fill in the blanks. Touch me, tease me. No, my name is not Case. Indie Artist Music Video Show. Let's watch it at my place.
all right.
Indeed.
Joey, before you come to that question, I just have a couple of readouts. Anzans says, women cheat probably as much as men these days.
Hi, Ans. Nice to hear from you.
Audrey Haynes says, a woman don't really step out of relationships. They will discuss related issues and try and keep trying. But once a woman sees her man wants a one-way relationships and not make an effort, she makes up her mind and then she'll be off. Robert Zimmerman says, I think Johnny Taylor was better at cheating than the rest of us. I don't know.
Who's Johnny Taylor?
I don't know who Johnny Taylor is.
That's his mate. It must be his mate. His bad boy mate.
You're just gonna do his boy wrong like that. Jesus, call him out.
Maybe Johnny Taylor took his girl.
Johnny Taylor was
Wow.
so Johnny Taylor was an American recording artist and songwriter who had a lot of different genres.
Yes.
Died in May of 2000. Yeah. So
All right. Okay. We don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's too late now. It's too late. Robert already did that.
Yeah.
All right. So what's that question
So
again?
your question, Joey, was
So, do you think that it's only cheating if it's physical?
I'm assuming everyone's going to say no to that. But
So I'm assuming you mean like the like the exchanging of like love notes and desires and stuff like that before the actual act. You mean like sex and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily just sexting. I mean, there's such thing as an emotional affair where you're just sharing all your deep, dark secrets with somebody because they'll listen to you and they understand you better than your spouse. I mean, I would be wrong. I would consider it an affair. I consider it an emotional affair. Yeah.
Okay, so doesn't that just open up the door for cheating and that?
Apparently, a woman will be upset with regards to an emotional affair, whereas men are more upset with regards to the physical aspect.
Yes, and I think men are more likely to cheat physically, and women are more likely to cheat on the emotional side of things, and that is part of why I think women are better at it than men, because it's more likely to be that aspect of it, and men are more likely to forgive that than a physical affair, and so I think women are just better at that. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's my thoughts.
Okay. Well, I guess if you put that slant on it, then
okay. So let me pose a question here. What about gay men when they come out in their 50s? And they've kept quiet for all those years. Okay, they kept quiet for all those years.
You got something to tell them?
They don't just all of a sudden. No, I don't.
Easy.
Easy. No, Joey.
Easy. We care about you. This is
a safe place. That's right. This is a safe space.
Yes. Are you joking? You three. Is not. Listen.
That's why he's so tore up over the Queen.
You say, you mean like a gladiatorial arena, don't you? Safe.
Yeah.
Behave.
Oh man.
No, what I'm saying is when guys in their 50s come out as gay, okay, and they're married, they've got kids, and they finally turn and look at their wife and say, "I'm gay." They're keeping a secret. They've kept that secret. You don't just all of a sudden become gay. Okay, you're born gay. Agreed?
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah. Some people do decide that they're only going to be with women or men at some point, but that's rare.
They keep that. Yeah, and they keep that secret. So why is it women are supposedly better than men?
Yeah, I have to admit though, I think that's a little bit different, because I think most of the time when gay men come out in their 50s and stuff like that, I think a lot of the time they've been going through a lot of anguish. They probably wanted to come out earlier, but just didn't feel that they could. A lot of the time they probably don't, because they care about people, and by coming out, that causes all sorts of distress for their loved ones, if they've got kids, for their kids, and for themselves. So I think, I'm not quite sure that's the same thing. Normally, when you're having an affair, you care less about your partner's feelings, and it's more about you and what you want. But I think in that scenario, a lot of times those guys will hold it back because they care about other people's feelings.
I agree with that. I also think, I mean, just because you come out as gay in your 50s doesn't mean you've been cheating this whole time. You just may have just been, I don't know.
Suppressing.
Yeah, suppressing it. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but it sounds to me like Easy just said all gay men are cheaters. So.
I like it.
Audrey Haynes says, cheating is the moment.
Joey,
Sorry, Audrey Haynes says cheating is the moment you act out that intimacy in your head with someone who is real and within your reach or circle and is someone other than your current partner.
So that means if you think about a celebrity that way, it's not cheating.
I would have said, yeah, I wouldn't have thought that was cheating.
Who agrees
That's
with
fantasy,
that
right?
statement? Well, yeah, sure, but why can't it be fantasy that it's someone in your circle? Why can't that be fantasy?
Hold on. Let's look again. When we talk about cheating, I'm assuming a cheating has to be a two-way thing. So if you're saying, is it cheating then if you're, if you fantasize about someone, you're saying that's cheating?
I'm not saying that. No.
Oh, because to my mind, no.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like Audrey is saying, and I'm saying I disagree with that. I mean, if it's fantasy when it's a celebrity, why isn't it fantasy when it's not?
Okay,
a
so
celebrity?
is it cheating while you two are on a break or broken up and you decide to go sleep with somebody else?
Oh, that's touchy. It depends on if you're married or not. Because then it also depends on what the break is. If the break is
exactly, and also
it also depends. Like if you're married and you're just like, well, listen, we need to separate and work some things out and figure some things out, and then you go off and sleep with somebody else. Yeah, absolutely, that's cheating because you're trying to work out problems during the break, and now you're stepping out on that. That's not what that break is for. Now, if you're dating someone and you break up, no, that's not cheating. If you're married to someone and you separate, get divorced, whatever you want to call it, and it's like we're not going to be together anymore.
No, not break up. Take a break. You know how
I understand
that,
but
women like to take breaks when they want to reanalyze things.
It depends on what the break is for.
Like I said, reanalyze things. Go over the steps of the relationship and figure out if that's the way they want to go.
Yeah, it's hard to go over it's hard to go over the steps of your relationship when you're going over somebody else. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but if they're working that out right to themselves and not with the person,
no, that's still cheating.
So
because you misled the other person.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're having a break, if that's not a break, then if you're saying, "Oh, look, we're gonna split," that's separate. If you split with your partner, even if you're married and you decide to split, then I guess all bets are off.
Exactly.
So if you're taking a break,
if we split, then I'm no longer concerned of yours, and you're no longer concerned of mine.
Right. But a break is but I don't think a break is supposed to be the same thing. Especially as Joey says, if you break, that normally means you plan to come back together.
Yeah.
Then if you plan to come back together, then you know,
or it's at least up in the air. It's like I need a break so I can think about our relationship and think about do I want this or not. If you state that to your partner and then okay, fine, I'll go stay with a family member or get my own apartment or whatever, and now I'm just bringing people over to the apartment and I'm sleeping with them. Nah, that's not the same thing. Yeah, that's not analyzing the relationship. That's analyzing whether you want something that you think might be better or not, and that's not the same.
I agree with Audrey's last comment.
Yeah, I'm going to read that out now. If you are taking a break in a relationship, then clarify the terms and conditions.
I think that's what Andre and I are saying, though.
Yeah, of course.
Andre, your mic's out again. Yeah, I mean that's what we're saying. If you lay it out that we're taking a break because I need to see other people and find out if I want to be with you, fine. No, that's not cheating if both of you agree to it. But if you take a break, say we need to figure this out, and then you start sleeping with somebody else, yeah, that's cheating.
Yeah. I agree.
Easy, you still with us?
Yeah, he's thinking. I can hear him.
Yeah.
He's pulling a Barry White over there.
I was about to say the same thing.
No, my.
Well, Audrey's here anyway, so I'm going to read out.
If you cheat within that relationship, then I don't differentiate if you have a ring on your finger or not. If you're taking a break and you step out on them, you are cheating.
For sure.
That's just me, though.
Audrey says, if you split up,
that's just my view.
Sorry, she says, if you split up, shag who you want. If you are thinking about if you want to keep me, then it's over.
Yeah, but you're also assuming that you have no wrong in the relationship by taking that stance. You're just saying like, I'm so good that if you got to decide whether you want to be with me, then it's over. And it's like, relationships are two ways. That's why I like the phrase like relationships or marriages are not 50-50. They're 100-100. That's how it should be anyway. I'm not saying it all of them that way. I mean, you each got to give 100%. Otherwise somebody's getting screwed over. So to say that if you got to think about whether you want a relationship to go, then I don't want to be with you anymore. That's a bit one-sided. I mean, that's putting stipulations on the relationship because
yeah. And also it just seems it's the word contrite. It just seems, you're in a relationship, your partner for whatever reason has concerns or doubts, and basically you're just saying, well, if you got concerns, forget it.
That's why I stand. That's how I stand on the statement that I think a love that you choose every day is better than the lovey-dovey falling in love thing.
Okay, I hear that.
Who wants to hear some? I've got some reasons why men cheat. I've actually looked for reasons why both men and women cheat, and I can only find one from a woman.
Okay.
One reason, but I found loads of reasons why men cheat, and this is actually coming from the women they've cheated on. Okay, so one here says he cheated on me because he thought I needed the trauma for my development.
What are you doing now?
That's the reason. Because
say that again.
She needed the trauma of character development. Okay. This one says he says that he cheated on her because he forgot we were dating. You hear that?
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And next guy said, I was too busy with the wedding planning. That's why he cheated on me.
Ooh.
Oh, your fiance duties is to satisfy your man, so on that.
Can only hope it wasn't their wedding that she was planning.
Another guy says he thought I was going through his phone, so he did me to actually find.
Jeez, I mean I don't know. I've heard people say that before.
Again?
Like, no, I heard. Yeah, I got you. I've heard people use that excuse as like, if you're going to question whether I'm cheating or not, then I might as well go out and cheat. I'm like, that's now you're just looking for a reason or an excuse. You're trying to pass off the blame in that point.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Yeah.
My husband told me I was getting too fat.
Oh my God!
I can see how being pregnant can make me. Wait for it. I'm not finished. I can see how being pregnant can make that happen.
Yeah.
I know.
That guy doesn't have any friends.
Do you want?
You broke up at the end, Easy. What you asked?
No. You want her numbers? She's pregnant.
No, I'm fine. Easy.
I said, do you want this woman's number? She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that guy doesn't have any real friends because if I said that, if I had ever said it to my wife, I got a couple friends that would have beat my ass for something like that. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently, this other one says she's not cheating on you was because she was open to anal sex and you wasn't.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Look
at Joey about sexual levels. So I guess Joey will
obviously didn't match his sexual level, and this other person was right up there. Like she was at 2, he was at 3.
Sure he was.
She can keep him, mate. She can keep him.
Right up there to the hill.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
And this one you got to think about. Do you do what your friend asks you? My ex was asked to be in a threesome, and he didn't let his best friend down.
Oh Lord.
Gosh.
The devil's threesome.
That's an Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
Alex, T,
Okay.
do you have any thoughts on that one? Because I know you know. Have you got
Sacrifice.
any?
Sacrifice.
Yeah. You know what's that one, T?
I came close to that, but it was more alongs of, all right, let me get
You
out
see?
of here. Like it's one too many mushroom heads in the room, basically. You know.
Good Lord. And I'm worried about me crossing the line.
I have to be honest, a bit slow with that one.
Wow.
So you know.
Toadstools. Yeah, toadstools.
Okay, so it's like,
Mushroom heads.
let's say you and a friend get a hotel room with double beds, and you both have ladies, and y'all going at it, and then there's like a verbal agreement to like swap. You know what I mean?
A verbal agreement
So-
between all parties or just between the two guys?
All parties.
Okay. All right. I was going to say,
Yeah.
I think
There wouldn't even be a verbal. There would not even be a verbal agreement. No. There would not even be between me and this other guy.
Slow down, easy. Slow down. Let the man finish.
All I'm saying is
Sorry, T. Go on.
one of the ladies might enjoy dual satisfaction, and the other one doesn't. So those situations happen. So just like, all right, I'll fulfill this fantasy and then I'll move on, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I'm lost.
It's-
I'm lost.
it's,
I don't know. I'm lost. I thought we were swapping.
I know. Yeah. Because I know what you mean.
no.
I just, I'm not
Okay.
I'm not-
Okay. So
clearly
like I
I'm in
said,
a situation where there's not four-way agreement here.
okay,
That's what-
listen
that's what's
to what
happening.
I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Both of these girls are open enough to be in the same room.
You
while
mean we're
getting-
open enough, right?
They're not. They will be by the end. I'm guessing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like you're
And
telling the
one-
story.
one of the girls decides that she wants both ends to be filled with something,
Oh gosh.
Okay.
which means her front end and her back end.
You mean
But
roast?
the other girl,
Oh, I
But
thought you
the
meant top
other-
end.
You mean
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Andre. At first, that's what I
I'm
thought.
so
too.
naive.
So-
I'm so naive.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'm telling you.
so
What's happened to the other
so
girl?
the
So let me
So
ask
the
you
other-
this: do you and your buddy make eye contact over his shoulder?
No. No.
no. All right, now you're talking about something else.
You hold
I'm not
hands behind
saying-
her back.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
you high five each other, don't you? You
Yeah,
high five each
yeah.
other.
Okay, if I'm standing in front of her face and he's standing behind her, this is what I'm talking about when I mean an Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
No, Eiffel Tower's top and bottom, not front and back.
No, Eiffel Tower.
Mm-mm. No, because think
is
about the shape.
her
Think
on-
about the
her-
shape.
her- no,
Think
no,
about
no.
the
Her on all fours and us high fiving.
Okay, but you're talking about yes. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Look it up.
Because you
Look,
said,
look it up.
no.
Look it up. You're
We're
wrong.
saying the same.
You see
I realize
it, but
we're
show
saying
me
the same
tea.
thing. I see. We're saying the same thing now because at first you said a woman wants to be satisfied front and back, and an Eiffel Tower is
All right, so
an Eiffel
you're
Tower
thinking-
is top and bottom,
no,
but
you're
she's on
thinking
all
about-
fours.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I mean by the front of her body, but you're thinking the lower half.
Yes,
On
well,
both
that's what
ends
I
of
mean.
that.
This is not the front of my body. This is the front of my body, and this is the back of my body.
If you're on all
So-
fours, that's what I'm.
It's still
all
the
right,
top
so
and
basi-
bottom of you. You
okay.
just laid down.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
basically what I'm saying is she wanted her oral cavity.
No, I know what you're saying
Filled.
now, but that's not the way it sounded at first, right? And please tell me I'm not the only one that thought
Okay.
this.
All right, so even if that was the case, right? I'm not getting that close to another guy
Thank
naked.
you.
Fine.
Obviously,
not either.
you.
I'm
You,
no.
that was the first thing you
Whoa,
thought
whoa, whoa.
about. You was like, okay.
Okay,
I
it
wonder
is
what
the first
those
thing
feel
I
like
thought because
on mine.
please, somebody, please bail me out of this. Am I the only one that thought that?
I'm still wondering what happened to the other girl.
Joey.
I mean, she's out there on her own. What's happened to her?
She had to take a phone call.
So to end the story, once
clothes
that
on- she put on her clothes
session
on the
ended, there was
She
an
felt all.
eventual
She felt all
swap.
alone, Andre. She felt all alone. That's what she did.
No,
Courtesy, courtesy.
she was shaking. That's what she was doing. She needed a few minutes. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh my
But that's not the
God.
point.
I
The
told y'all
point
that this was
of-
a true story.
Few minutes is all she needed, mate.
is things happen. So I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh God.
Oh, dear.
You know,
Is it?
I would not.
Oh, God.
No. Sorry, no. I couldn't go there. No,
Okay.
not going where. No. My approach is Captain Kirk. Boldly go where no man has gone before.
Well, I mean, but based on T
Can't-
stories, boldly go
no,
where
not
two
me.
men have gone before. So
Life is to be lived. Is all I'm saying. Life is to be lived.
And boy, do you
not
live it.
tolerated and not
You live it.
tolerated and not sloughed through. It is to be lived because we only
Mhm.
get one. And if I come back as a chicken, things
Well,
aren't going to be the
that's
same.
not only getting one life if you come back as a chicken. Now you got two lives.
Okay, but if
If you come
I'm a
back,
chicken,
if you come back as a chicken, there's gonna be two roosters on that farm looking to Eiffel Tower you.
and there you go again. I'm thinking more along the lines of, what if I'm on the farm and a farmer decides to free range my life, and I'm thinking everything's good. We dapping each other up every day, like, hey, what's going on, Joe? Ain't nothing. How about you, T? And the next thing you know, he chokes the shit out of me because I think we're friends, but I'm about to be on the biscuit. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. You thinking about
You talking
being
about a
Alpha
farm?
Towered.
You talking
I
about?
thought Joe was going to say something about choking the chicken.
He's talking about a farm. He's bringing the goat back into this again. So.
Oh, please, man.
Audrey Haynes says, told you before, Big T should be called Big G.
Big G. What's G for? Go Neds.
Ooh.
Go Neds.
Listen,
Okay,
I've got to read a text here from a friend of mine. I just want to read out a text here from a friend of mine in Arizona. B in Arizona. She says she thinks that most women are better at keeping that dirty little secret, maybe because a good percentage of men self-absorbed in where they're saying, I'm so amazing and I treat my little woman like a princess. She would never go looking elsewhere. Anyone lucky to have me, she knows it. Anyone agree on that?
You broke up on us a little bit there. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
You said say that last part easy.
Okay, I'll read that again. Okay. I'll read it again. Friend of mine, a woman, I think that most women are better at keeping that dirty little secret, mainly because a good percentage of men are self-absorbed in their own world, whereas they think they're so amazing, so should, and treat little women like a princess. She would never go looking elsewhere. Any woman would be damn lucky to have me, and I make sure she knows it. Does anyone agree with that?
So that's like saying we got to respect how savage women can be unless they want something to happen.
Yeah, because I have to admit, the way I heard that he's saying he thinks he's treating his woman right, even though he sounds a bit big-headed. he thinks he's treating his woman right, and because he thinks he's treating her right, he thinks that he's safe. And basically, what your friend is saying is, even if you think you're treating your woman right, you know what I mean, you ain't safe.
Yeah, you're arrogant. You're arrogant.
So is it arrogant?
That,
Is it arrogant if I think that I'm treating my woman good, and because of that, I don't think she's gonna sleep around? Is that me being arrogant?
No, I don't. That's not
Naive,
that's
mate.
no, that's
Naive.
That's a simple. It's
being
a simple
naive,
case of truth.
Jesus Christ, woman!
What did she say? I didn't hear. What did she say?
She said, "Yes, I'm being naive."
Oh, okay.
My fault for asking the question.
She said,
My fault for
she said men are sloppy and become overconfident way too early in their cheating.
That's probably
Hence
true.
why women are
that's probably
right.
true.
That's why women are better. Yeah. So she's making
Okay.
my point and T's point.
Oh, let me just see something, T, before you jump in. Let me just say, but does that mean that they're not as good, or is it that, you know, if you've been doing it for time and time again and you've been getting away with it, then that you then start to get sloppy. You start to think, man, you know, this, you know, you just don't try to hide it as much. You just don't realize. So my point is, it may not necessarily be that men are sloppy at cheating. Maybe they're just doing it much more, and because they're doing it much more, that they yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe we all know someone, but I know you do, Easy, because you mentioned before. But I know someone who was married, and he was yeah, exactly. Most of us know somebody who was married, and he was going on like an idiot. He was going on like he was single, and I don't know. Maybe women are doing that, but normally, my experience are that if a woman, especially if she's married, she may well sleep out, but I don't think on the whole women will do it for fun. I know guys out there will do it for fun, do it for no other reason than because they can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why
I came across a thing where. Sorry, Andre, go on.
No, that was it. Talk.
I came across an article where a guy was saying he doesn't consider it cheating if his girlfriend is with another bloke and the guy is in a condom. He considers it cheating if there is no condom involved.
He's a better man than I am.
Yeah.
It's an idiot.
Yeah. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the kind of guy that you will find in the library studying for a urine test.
Oh, okay.
So, what are you going to say?
Now, I was going to say that I was talking recently to a guy, and he's a pretty bright guy, and he was saying that basically he doesn't expect his woman to be with him alone, just as she can't really expect him to be only with her. So as long as she is sensible in what she does and of course uses protection, then yeah, he's saying he doesn't really have a problem with that. So again, maybe like T says, there are different ways to hold a relationship, and who knows, maybe a lot of us do put too much emphasis on sex, and maybe that just is our own, I don't know, insecurities why we're like that. I don't know. This guy obviously isn't insecure at all, but yeah, that's what he said, and he was deadly serious. So does he have a point? Is sex that sacred? I mean, obviously the chances are your woman slept with someone before she was with you. If you're not finished, she'll sleep with someone again. Is it that sacred? Is it really something that you should finish over?
What?
I mean, there's a difference between sex and making love. I think a woman would be more heartbroken if you made love to another woman. But,
Does that go both ways as well? Would you be more heartbroken if your missus made love to a man rather than had sex with him?
If she made love to another man, then, she's no longer my missus.
Go on, BT. For condom on.
It doesn't
But if she had
matter.
sex with him, What if she has sex with him?
It doesn't matter. That's not gonna happen.
You lost
What if
me.
what if he's better than you?
It that might be the case, but as long as you know she slept with another man, we're no longer together. I don't care what you do.
I thought you were just saying there was a difference between having sex and making up.
Yeah, but you know that's for them, not for me. I'm talking about somebody totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
Don't do as I do, do as I say.
no, 'cause I'm not stepping out on her, so she can't step out on me. I mean, come on now, be honest with you. We've all heard about the women who say, "I don't care what he does because he's coming back home to me." You know what I mean?
we've
So
heard
that
that, yeah.
kind of that
Mhm.
bolsters a man's not if he hears it, but the fact that he's been doing him for so long and knows that you know his routine and his lifestyle outside his marriage is consistent, then you know that just enables people to continue that cycle. You know what I mean? Instead of being open and honest on why he's doing it. Obviously, she married that person for a reason, but didn't understand or didn't want to understand why he's so, you know, so sexually smitten or whatever, right? And the same thing could be said about the woman. You know, if me and my wife haven't had sex in 2 years and I got an 8-month-old baby, you know what I mean? Like,
Bro, if you and your missus had sex for 2 years.
And
The
a
baby's
vasectomy.
exactly.
And a vasectomy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, and the fact that they maintain that regardless of their love, like that's him being blind to how much infatuated he is with his wife to not even want to say out loud what he know isn't to be true. Because that's another lie that women tell. Yeah, he's your son. Oh, yeah, she's your daughter. You know what I mean? So, and all, and you know, it could be like a like a nephew son situation, or your neighbor or your best friend who was in your wedding. You know, like you know, damn, he looks like Rick, but I know he's my son. You know what I mean? Like, you know, stuff like that.
Did Mary lie to Joseph?
Hey, that's a good question.
No, she told him straight up she was pregnant with God's kid. How can you argue with that? How can you? I'm just saying, like, how can you argue with that? Like, we were like, yes, I'm pregnant.
I'm pretty sure I can find an argument, bro.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm
Oh,
pregnant, yes, but this is I'm pregnant by God, and
There's definitely an argument. There's definitely an argument.
Yeah, I don't know that there was much of an argument that many years ago. Nowadays there might be. Yeah. I'd be like coming home saying I'm pregnant, but I'm pregnant by an alien. So I'm sorry.
So the situation is when you think about cheating, right? The person who puts in the most effort cares the most in a relationship. And I mean, you might not hear it, but I hear it a lot. The person who quote unquote cares the less wins in a relationship, and that's the way they view things, which really has relationships all skewed and messed up when it comes to, you know, men and women dynamics, right? So that's why I always say you don't have to be in a relationship. You can be single and sleep with X, Y, and Z all you want. Just don't bring nobody into your mess while you're figuring it out, or you know, decide to, you know, to suppress whatever issues you're dealing with for X amount of years, have 2 kids, raise a family, and then, you know, all of a sudden start taking yoga, and next thing you know, you're being put in a pretzel in your garage while your husband's at work. You know what I mean? Like, or vice versa. You know what I mean? It's things that you need to. It's accountability you need to accept for yourself before you decide to blame anybody else for your issue. Because that's like saying, when a guy says, okay, you don't sleep with me anymore, that's why I cheated. Or a woman says, you don't talk to me anymore, that's why I cheated. Like, you can't blame somebody else for why you cheated. You can blame somebody else why you two together has issues, but not why you cheated.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I mean, there's no one else to blame but the person who's doing the cheating.
Yeah.
let me ask a question then. So if you're in a relationship and your partner, yes, cuts off sex for whatever reason, cuts off sex, are you saying that that could not be a reason why somebody would, if I then stepped out and said, well, to be honest, the reason why I did it is because, yeah, you've cut me off, you're not giving me any, and that's the only reason why I did it. It was just for sex, nothing else. I don't love her. I love you. Was that not a reason?
But did you find out why first? Let me ask. Did you find out why first, Andre?
Yeah, that's
the
the
thing.
thing.
Well, you know, I begged, and the answer was no. So I went and got it elsewhere.
No. Okay.
that's-
I'm laughing at the rose emoji that just got put out there, and that's how women don't cheat. But whatever. So I've been with women who decided to take a vow of abstinence while we were dating. Right?
Yeah, but you're dating it though. I mean, that's not the same
but
as being
still though,
married.
if we was consistently having sex for 9 months, right, and then you decided to make a vow of abstinence, you know,
Yeah, maybe
until
she
you
maybe
got
she
married.
found. Hey, maybe she got pregnant with God's child. Maybe she's that's it. No, I'm just look. I get it. It's still not the same as being married. I mean, and to answer,
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure you're right there. You know,
Okay,
you don't think that a relationship with somebody and you've got a tight and a close relationship just because you're not married, that doesn't mean that relationship is any less than someone who's married, is it? Or does it?
well, no, it's not that I think it's any less, but it's just that's
It's not the
not. It's
same?
not the same. It's not the same.
Okay.
though.
Okay, so
is it more or
if I
is it more or less or equal?
More what or less what? What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know. Whatever you're indicating, because I'm not quite sure why you would say
When you're
well,
just
they weren't married.
when you're just dating, you haven't made that commitment that you make when you get married with somebody. I mean, you get married.
Okay.
It's for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, till death do
Okay.
us part. And
Hold on, T.
you're supposed to
What
give of
about-
yourself.
Really? Is that what
but
you
in
think,
the-
Joey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
What about a person who's got a mortgage and they've got kids together, but they're not married, and you have a marriage? Do you think that you've got more commitment than they have?
That's common law marriage.
Oh,
Second, T.
That's common law marriage.
yeah. I mean, it's
Joey's still got a little bit of religion in him, isn't he?
no. It's really this is not about religion at all. It has nothing to do with religion.
Well, I'm not quite
It's-
sure that.
Okay. All right.
There's a-
So let
I mean, you
to-
all
all
right.
right,
So
to-
like you
to
can live with
easier-
somebody before you get married, but once you get married, things absolutely change. When you live with someone before you get married, no matter how long you live together, once you get married, things are different. People start to act a little bit different. Things are different. It just happens. I've seen it too many times that when you live with somebody before you get married, and once you get married, things change. a
Joey,
little bit. It's a different mindset. It's like when you have a kid, something just changes. It just clicks. It just happens. It's like it's a natural thing that just does. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
when you have a child. I definitely agree
I'm
with
not saying that one's any more. I'm not saying that those relationships are one's more important than the other. It's just different. It's one of those. It's got a certain je ne sais quoi. You know, you can't. You don't know what to. I don't know how to put words to it, but it is absolutely different. You're not married. That's the thing. Like
okay.
it's
All
you
right,
can still
so-
cheat on someone you're dating.
Wait,
Still,
Joey.
you can still do all these other things, but it's still not the same. It's nothing if you break up with somebody and you're not married. It's,
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
So-
Nothing.
where-
it's nothing.
where's no. I'm saying
I disagree. I disagree.
no.
Joey,
I'm
I
saying
disagree.
I'm saying you
I
go your
disagree.
separate
Joey, I
ways.
disagree. I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying you go your separate ways. You break up and you go your separate ways. If you've got a mortgage
Okay.
and kids, if you got a mortgage and kids with somebody, that might as well be a marriage already. You're acting like you're married. That's not even the same as just two people dating with no mortgage and no kids together. It's not the same. Once you have that, you've got that something to lose. It's different.
A piece
Well,
of
okay.
paper. Piece of paper.
So yeah, exactly. So what about this? You've got two scenarios.
I'm not
Someone-
talking about the legal aspect of it, though. I'm not talking about
Yeah.
the legality.
Okay,
of
you've
the
got two
paper.
aspects. Someone's married, but they renting and they've got no kids. And someone's in a relationship, they've got a mortgage, and they've got children.
Yeah, that's not.
Who
no,
do you
you're,
think- who
you're
does-
giving, but you're giving me two scenarios that aren't the norm. So
What?
I'm speaking in
Why are
generalities.
those not the norm? Which
Does
one's
It
not
that-
normal?
happens all the
That's-
time.
That
Of
it
course,
does
why was
happen,
it-
but but
Yeah.
that's not the average. The average people that are living together with a mortgage and kids, the majority of those people are likely married. The majority of them, not all of them, but the
I'm not
majority.
even
Of
sure
them.
that's true these days.
Yeah, like nothing,
I don't think
okay.
that's even true these days.
Okay.
I know people who, I've got people in my family who are in long-term relationships,
I mean, a
have
lot of
got
people,
kids,
yeah.
and they're
Yeah,
just
maybe it's a
they're just-
generational thing. I don't know, but
Okay, all right. So to get back to what I was saying, I was just saying, like, let's say you were married for 10 years and your wife decides to take a vow of abstinence,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Obviously, you're going to question why she decided to take a vow of abstinence, correct?
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well,
with that be-
not if she's in jail. 'Cause that's the
No,
only way
I-
she's taking
sure,
abstinence.
but
If
if
she's
you
in
can't-
jail.
you're
She's in
hoping that
jail.
she's taking,
Yeah.
yeah, you're hoping she's abstinent, but she's in jail.
I'm no.
Well,
I can't. Okay, because it also depends on. It also depends on the level of abstinence, right? Like self-satisfaction and all that other stuff. Like, I'm not going to say you can't bust one till you get out of jail or, find a problem with it or anything like that. But that's not the point. What I'm saying is, if your wife decides, to
think
take a
you
vow
just
of
did.
abstinence for, let's say, a year, and the year turns into 5, right? How long do you plan on staying with her if that was like one of the biggest reasons you guys got married?
Well, you
Like,
got married for the wrong reason. in
love.
that
Yeah,
case.
love is
Yeah,
love is
you should
important.
have added, you
That-
should have
that's
added the
fine.
last bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't have to add
exactly.
the last bit.
Wrong
You didn't have to add the
reason.
last bit.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
in a marriage, sex was part of that relationship,
yeah.
and then out of the blue, or whatever reason, your partner decides no more.
Shouldn't have got married. Shouldn't have got married.
To my mind, if my partner's doing that, then there's a problem in our relationship, and that is something that is unfair. That is something that is likely to cause repercussions.
Absolutely, it's going to cause repercussions, but if you step out of the marriage, it's still cheating. If one of you takes the vow of silence or withholds or whatever, it's still cheating. Me and you three across the pond may disagree with me, but it's like you got to figure out why it is that's that way, and that's where therapy comes in. I mean,
not, yeah.
the T word. Man.
Normally, I'd have thought you'd just ask her.
Well, yeah, but
Save us a lot of money.
yeah, but
Just
that
tell me.
doesn't always work. How many times have men complained about asking a woman and they say a woman doesn't tell me what they really think? That's normal. That's a normal.
Okay. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
wrong?
She doesn't-
What's
she-
wrong,
she
honey?
doesn't-
Nothing. I'm fine. Oh, really?
She doesn't
Because-
tell you in that moment. She always picks inopportune moments to tell you, or
Yeah, or
sporadically.
Yeah, or she doesn't tell you at all because it seems to me say, "What's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm fine."
It also
What's wrong?
depends on the
But it's not-
person.
Yeah, but then what? And I'm not speaking from experience because if I ask my wife what's wrong, she's gonna tell me what's wrong. But but I'm just
Yeah, I was gonna
nothing's
say,
wrong,
I
nothing's
think- I
wrong,
think,
and then
yeah, I
you
think,
put the
you know,
spoon in the wrong drawer, and suddenly the world's ending.
God.
Okay, so that's like saying if a wife tells her quote unquote deep dark secrets to her sisters and her girlfriends and not tell her husband, like that's like having an emotional affair outside of your marriage.
I kind of disagree with that. I disagree with that. No, if you're talking to your same sex friends, it's not the same as an emotional affair.
Okay, but that's something that your devoted husband and quote unquote life partner, that you love, that's something that you're hiding, right?
Well, for sure you're not sharing it, and that's a problem. But
And
it's not the same.
it's intimate.
Yeah,
It could be that
I get
it
what
could
you're
be
saying.
that
It's
little
not the
Johnny's
same,
not
though.
his.
I mean, look, if it's a lesbian relationship and you're telling your female friends, maybe it is an emotional affair, or whatever. I'm just saying, like, that's not the same. Everybody has friends and people that they talk to, and that's healthy. Now, that I'm not saying there's no problem and that you shouldn't be telling your spouse that. I'm just saying it's not the same as you going off to work and telling someone of the opposite sex all your deep, dark secrets, and they're satisfying that need for emotional intimacy that you're longing for. It's not the same.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I'm speaking with my close friends, it's like me talking to a therapist. It's
Yes.
that kind of
Yeah, the
relationship.
difference is though they might give you
That's
silly,
going to say for you it's the same, but for them it's not, because they're going to give you a biased opinion. They're going to side with you every time, and a therapist doesn't do that.
Yeah. You should leave him. You should leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which begs the question: can a person who is not in a relationship give good advice to someone who is?
It depends on the subject matter, but I'm less likely to take their advice.
Okay.
What?
Your friend's in a position to give you good advice on our relationship
And why not? There might be
because they're single.
There might be single now. Sure, they would have been in relationships,
but now they're single.
Well, I mean,
being in a relationship, so they could give you advice from that experience
on how to lose your man.
No, I mean, a prime example in my
Andre, man, that's cold. That's cold. Stop it.
prime example in my life is Stephen, right? Stephen is my best friend. Stephen's on his third marriage. Now you might say Stephen can't give you any good advice, but no, Stephen can 100% tell you how to screw up your marriage, like 100%. Like, and
I agree. How to screw up your marriage?
Yeah.
Yes.
How to hide assets.
He can no, because he's definitely hasn't hidden any assets. But I'm just saying, like, but no, he can tell you, like, hey, I wouldn't do that because this is how it's going to turn out, and he can give it. Single people can give good advice if they've been in the scenario that you're talking about. If they haven't, if they've never been married, then no, they're probably not going to be able to give any decent advice.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can go to somebody for non-biased advice, right? But they can only base it off of their experiences, and that's something that's like generally acceptable among friends, right? So if you have something specific and unique to you, you know what I mean? Only you and that other person really have a way of figuring that out. Like, if you can't see eye to eye, yes, it's important to get somebody who's non-biased to give their total objective opinion on the situation to possibly mitigate the situation and help you to come to some type of middle ground. But if it's just you two and you're going to look for answers for your problems with your other individuals, then why is it so difficult for you two to meet in the middle ground? Like, that's the question that needs to be asked before you go talking to somebody else.
Yeah, I guess normally everyone thinks they're right, don't they? When there's a breakdown in a relationship, he thinks he's right, she thinks she's right, and
sure,
and never the two shall meet.
Not every relationship has two ego-driven people involved in it.
Yeah. Then the alternative is then that one is dominated by the other.
Not necessarily, but some people can say it that way. Or some people are less combative than the next person. So that's looked as, them being submissive opposed to them being mutually exclusive in any endeavor in their relationship.
Right.
So has anyone here changed their mind about their initial answer to the question today?
No, like, women are ninjas in the night, and they work together so well that you can raise your child of 28 years, and once he graduates college, she can say, "Oh, by the way, he's the neighbor's kid. I never loved you. I was just waiting for you to check." You know what I mean? Like, patience. You know what I mean?
That's just cold, man. I'm not sure that's a better cheater. No. You're saying that women are more devious, and that's really what you're saying.
Because a friend of mine says she's a very close friend of me, right? And she says, if you go low, I go to hell. And the conviction in her voice when she said that let me know that I will never cross her a day in my life. And women like her, because they're the type of people, they don't just want to hurt you. They want to hurt different aspects of your life, your emotion, your financial, and your physical.
They're like the mob. Time
out. Yeah, they will take time out to ruin your life step by step, all strategically planned. Guys, they just want to get it over with and move on to the next thing because they don't want to deal with the headache. So, yes, potential women, in my experience, no, it's only been like 36 years on this earth, are better cheaters because they're going to put more into it.
Who are more devious? We haven't got long left. Who are more devious, men or women?
It depends on how petty that person is. I've met some pretty petty.
After the things that you just said, after the things that you just said, it sounds to me that you're saying women are.
I mean, that could be true. I mean, okay, all right. So it depends on how
and dishonest.
It depends on how far you scorn me. Is how devious I'll be. But you can scorn the right woman like by, stepping on her shoes or insulting her hair, and she will drag you into hell with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's how they feel. Like they're gonna fight this till their last breath. And how dare you try to say that they're doing anything wrong? You will find yourself at the heads of so many tables and so many cat claws and all types of stuff. They're unified in this. Men aren't necessarily unified in cheating scandals because they got their own thing going on. I don't need to be involved in your mess. I got a mess. Now, women, I got your back. I don't like him and you don't like him. We good. You know what I'm saying? Soul sister power, whatever you want to call it. So that's why they're better, because they're unified and men don't know how to stick together if they want to do dirt.
All right.
Oh,
all right. So we got 5 minutes left. Has anybody got any final thoughts on that, or comments on what T said?
Yeah. I think Andre was saying with regards to T. You're saying that women are more devious. I think men can be just as devious. I think men can be just as devious with regards to getting what they want.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry to cut you off, Easy, but how many revenge movies that you see based on women compared to men?
Revenge movies.
I mean, there's a whole TV show. There's a whole TV show over here about women snapping on their spouse or boyfriends or whatever. It's called
Scorned
Snap.
Women.
Yeah, I know.
On men.
Well, that's the phrase. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I mean, yeah,
exactly.
A woman scorned.
Yeah, there's no phrase. It's like hell hath no fury, it's like a dad that didn't get the big piece of chicken. I mean, there's no phrase like
that. No, I think men can be devious. I think men can definitely be just devious.
Yeah,
I think they can.
I can't.
I think women are just better at it.
Like you said, you've got the things like, Yeah.
So very quickly, with 4 minutes ago, if a man cheats,
a couple of my friends.
If a man cheats multiple times and gets caught 2 or 3 times, and a woman cheats once and doesn't get caught, who's the better cheater?
You said if he cheats 2 or 3 times and gets...
No, he cheats multiple times, but gets caught 2 or 3 times.
Well, how many is multiple? How many is multiple?
I remember when it's figures. He cheats 8 times and gets caught 3 out of 8 times.
Gets caught.
Then
the woman's
needs to stop.
No, the woman's a better cheater. The woman's a better cheater because she got away with it 100% of the time, and the man only got away with it like 60-something percent of the time.
I guess, yeah. See, that's why we disagree then, because I think the guy got away with it more times than the woman did. He was just, I mean, the more you do anything, the more the odds against you will be. So in other words, all you women out there, when you catch your man,
You're still
who's been
proving my
cheating-
point. You're still proving my point.
No,
I
when you
think
catch your
yes,
man,
you are.
cheating, know
If they
that
both
you've only
get caught,
you've only caught him once. He's been cheating other times. You've only caught him once.
Yeah.
No, I'm not proving your point at all, Jerry.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are because a woman knows when to stop before she gets caught. That's why they're better at it than men. The men just keep
Yeah,
right
see,
on doing
I
it until
don't
they
know.
get caught.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's like-
okay.
that's like saying a guy at UPS who cheated on his girls 11 times didn't get caught, but because Tiger Woods had over 100 messages and got caught, that makes him just the worst cheater. You know what I mean?
And what are you saying? Does that make him a worse cheater?
Yeah.
He was able to cheat with 100 women, and his wife may have only cheated, and his wife only cheated once, but she's the better cheater. I don't understand that.
No,
got
that's
caught.
not what I'm
That's
saying.
all that
I'm
matters.
saying the amount doesn't matter. It's the fact that you got caught.
Okay. I'm not so sure if you can
Put
sleep
it
with
this
100.
way.
You can sleep with 100 people. You must be pretty good at what you're doing. That's my
Okay.
point. You must be pretty good at what you're doing.
Yeah, you
The
just didn't know
question
when to stop. You just didn't know when to stop. That's the thing.
Right, I agree. He just didn't know when to stop. But if he was able to cheat with 100, how are you going to tell me that he would cheat with 100 women and he was rubbish at it? And he was rubbish at it. How are you going to tell me that? You can't convince me.
No. I'm not saying he's bad at it. I'm saying women are better at it.
So was he good? Was he good at it?
Yeah, he's good at it.
Was he
Women are
very
just
good at it?
better. He was
The
very
question
good at it.
is,
Women are just the best.
who wants to be known as the best cheater? Is it
No.
men or women?
Who wants to be known? Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men. Did you say men?
Hey, what's the saying? The greatest lie
that's-
that the greatest trick that ever played was convincing the world he didn't exist. That's women right there. That's women right there.
Exactly.
Good point. That's a good point.
All right, 1 minute.
On that note, people. Any final thoughts? Do we have any final thoughts from anybody?
Yeah, that very last line. I think me and Roxanne can have a continue this conversation after the show.
No one's got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to let the ladies know that if you feel some type of way about anything I said, I meant what I said, and it is what it is. But I still love you all.
Well, that's a turn. That's not what I expected.
And if you're pregnant, hit him up. And if you got a farm, even better.
Jesus, man.
Oh God.
Okay. When you hit that pregnant woman, okay, you you actually wet the baby's head before the baby was born, bruv. You know, didn't you?
Oh.
We could talk about this offline, easy.
Oh God. All right.
Okay.
Right, let's wrap it up, boys.
2
Wrap it up.
hours
Mayhem.
Oh,
more or less up. Okay, everyone. Everyone say the good nights, goodbyes.
All right, everybody. See
I'll
y'all
say
in
it for
2
everybody,
weeks.
shall I?
Yep.
Big
2
T,
weeks.
Joey, yeah,
Good night,
Andre,
boy.
Roxanne, take care. I'm
sure.
Easy. You've listened to something for the weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the weeks.